That is the best comment of the show, Heather.
What?
She was talking about
Of course.
The techno mix.
Yeah. Like, she says, if I didn't know a white guy did this, I would know a white guy did this.
That's awesome.
Fair enough. Okay, so we are in post-show. Wow.
Damn it.
Although I feel like we're closing the door, even though I feel like we're determined to make this place a fucking furnace.
Let's just sign with that.
But it feels great. You're look how you're dressed.
Okay.
You can carry a change of clothes with you.
All right. So
you can leave a pair of clothes here for it to be your.
It's like I also feel that it's toasty, but everything is toasty to me. So because of how cold I keep it in my house, so I don't know if I'm the best judge.
It's only 66 here.
Go fuck yourself. I gotta say, maybe we'll. So we were talking about. Apparently, we haven't talked about the Darrel Ray party because it's the first show back, which I don't know. I've lost all track of time. But going to Kansas City for a weekend totally ruined me for South Texas because, like, when we got there, it was cold and like we're standing outside shivering. And we're like, do we want to go inside? It's like, no, I'm kind of enjoying this. It was like torturous cold, but it was like, oh, it was so great. And then the first day, we're just kind of going around Kansas City. We went to a brewery, went to a winery, and it's like 70 degrees in September. And it's like not humid at all. Like the air, you don't even notice it. Like you can't feel it coming into your lungs the way you can in Corpus Christi. It was...
Who'd you go with, Ferris?
I went with Heather Schaefer from our show. So speaking of which, so we went to, so that was our first day there. The second day, we went to Oasis, Kansas City Oasis in the morning.
That's atheist church, right?
Right. Well, yeah, kind of.
What's that?
It's kind of atheist church. So it's a Sunday morning service. There's like, there's a guy with a guitar.
We kind of went to like a little one in like DC that had a kind of mini little.
When we went to the Reason Rally thing, that was Sunday Assembly.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing. So there's like, a guy with a guitar singing songs.
Huh? So it's like an organized meetup?
Yes. But it's like audience seating and there's like a stage. And so first there's a guy with a guitar and then they have, they have a
You get yourself a fan.
They have a, can you leave Jesus' head alone? Is that a USB fan? I said that's gonna like blow right into the microphone. Yeah, we can't have that. But it was a nice thought.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Nice thought.
I heard that.
I'd rather just complain about the heat than try and solve the problem.
You just like to complain, period.
We can turn this into an ASMR thing.
Ince Mike in the chat room says, "Ugh, I could not be less interested in the Atheist Sunday service things." I agree with that. So I will say, so
I'm partially interested in it.
They had the guitar guy, and then they had a speaker, and the speaker was pretty cool. I mean, he was funny. He was a good speaker. He was talking about depression and mental illness and getting through it.
And that was funny?
Yeah, he made it really funny. And he was talking about like the worst period. He was talking about the worst period in his life.
This is the ableist over here.
I know. Leslie, feel free to just punch him in the arm for me because I'm not there.
I do have Tourette's, motherfucker. So
I feel like Sunday Assembly.
You're just an asshole, Ferris.
I have that condition as well.
Yeah, I feel like Sunday Assembly is a really good community tool if you have enough talent to actually have good speakers that can come up there and really kind of put on a show. Because that's kind of what church is. You get a full-time speaker that goes up there and puts on a show. And so and it works for churches for creating a community. And it works for atheists to create a community as well.
Yeah. Heather's in the chat room. She says that it felt a lot like church to her, and yes.
And church is appealing to some people. I mean, there's a lot of people that leave the church and feel empty because they don't have that church experience anymore. So, I mean, it's not for everyone, but then again, even if you're a Christian, church isn't for everyone.
Yeah. No. I will say the last church I went to was when I was like between 16 and 18, and not so much the church part, but I was in the youth group, and I don't miss any of the churchy stuff, but it was kind of nice to have a group of people that I could go to and talk to and be around. So I get it.
But I get that with our local atheist community, Corpus Christi Atheists. I get that community, and there's none of the church stuff. There's none of the we're gonna sing a song now, you know, Kumbaya, no Lord. We're not doing that, and there's
Well, some people like singing.
I was definitely the
That's what karaoke's for.
Right. Yeah, we have karaoke for that.
Yeah.
Except for when I go up to sing, everyone goes to smoke a cigarette, then comes back afterwards.
Hey, I went to go smoke cigarettes when I was at youth group, so I was the rebel.
Oh no, I can't remember. I can't remember who was saying it on the show, but someone was saying that like Bible camp youth groups. That's the best place to get laid.
Yeah. It
well,
is quite
I
good.
actually had I had a really cool, not like the guy in the story on the show. I had a very cool youth pastor who was actually youth group leader who was my friend's dad, who was not rapey. Thank God, or thank whatever.
That you know of.
Maybe
that
you're
I
just
know.
not
Well,
his
he didn't
type.
rape me, so I don't know. He was actually really cool. He actually, we went to like a big youth thing in New Orleans, and I was like, I'm not going if I can't smoke cigarettes for a week. And he went to bat for me and was like, she's 18. I want her to go. She's allowed to smoke because she said I could. Let Kristen be Kristen. And I was like, thank you. Do that.
Yeah, as far as getting like laid at like Bible camps, whenever I used to go to Bible camp and what was it, for the Frio River Bible camp of some sort or whatever, like I never got laid because I was like a huge Bible nerd or whatever back then. But like other people would go there, and that was like their entire modus operandi. They go get numbers. They go over to the they go over there to find to the women's sleeping houses, whatever they're called, cabins, and go hang out with them and all that. So it's very much so. That's a big opportunity for children to go to those church camps.
For children to fuck.
Well, I mean, it's like 12 to 15-year-olds.
That's like, hey kids, do you want to get laid? Go to church camp.
Well, I mean, it's 12 to 15-year-olds, and they're all horny and going through puberty. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I brought up catechism before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Catechism, where like
Yep.
so many people lost their virginity at catechism.
Plus, you're away from your parents. There's not as many adults to watch everyone. It's just a prime space for children to explore.
Go eat pizza and get laid.
Heather in the chat room is asking the question we're all thinking.
What?
You get laid now, Reb?
No. That's the same. I never got laid out because I was like a huge Bible nerd.
No.
So
We just like you never got laid. That's like
right.
That's why you have the fleshlight in the.
I get it now.
That's why you call them.
You're making fun of my current situation.
Yes.
Oh, I
yes.
see. No, I get laid on a probably monthly or so basis. So.
Well, thank you for updating us
The
on that.
flashlight doesn't count, Red.
I understand what counts to you guys. Okay.
I feel like you don't.
So after Oasis, we went to Darrel Ray's party. And like Darrel Ray's house is like beautiful. It's on a beautiful state, whatever. But it was great because we were planning on camping there, and we had a tent and all this stuff. But someone didn't show up, and so totally got to sleep inside in a bedroom. So I was like, woo, I don't have to camp because I'm not a big camping person. I don't want to camp.
What?
Ever. I don't want to camp.
I actually want to camp.
Really?
Is that weird?
Like,
I like camping.
like I was looking forward to just like camping at Darrel Ray's place, but like when he said, "Oh, hey, we have a room for you," I was like, "Oh, hell yes, dude! I'm bed inside, air conditioning, yes."
Well, I mean, that's better.
Right?
If I had a choice, I would surely take the bedroom over camping. Yeah.
Right. And then like
if you camp somewhere where it's not super hot, it's fine. It's fun.
So the guy who usually so the party goes all night. There were a lot of naked people on. Like the first time we went in for Memorial Day, there were like a few naked people. This time it was like 30 naked people after 10:30.
Yeah, so there was like 5 naked people that I saw this time.
And
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the naked people up. There was a naked people upgrade. Just so you know. This time there was an upgrade. It was funny though because like after like. In the morning, Heather was saying she had to go to the bathroom. There's a bathroom in the basement, and she was coming up the basement stairs. and like not paying attention or whatever, and she just looks up and she's like eye to eye with two dicks. Like almost ran face first into two dicks coming up Darrel Ray's stairs. Right, face full of dicks.
I guess that is a thing that can happen accidentally.
Yeah. So they apologized apparently. So everyone's cool there. Everyone's cool there.
That's nice.
It's almost one of those.
Inspike in the chat room asks if it's an upgraded numbers or quality. Both. Both.
It almost sounds like one of those weird stories where it's like, no, I didn't cheat on you. I was coming down the stairs and they were coming up the stairs. So it was just, I promise, I wasn't doing anything.
Your face got on my dick. Your dick got on my face. Like,
it happens. It happens.
It happens. So, the guy who was there's a guy who's famous for making breakfast at Darrel Ray's parties because there's free breakfast in the morning, and
nice.
he flaked out and had to go somewhere or something, whatever. But like Heather stepped in and helped Darrel Ray's girlfriend make all of the breakfast, and so now we get first pick of of like places to stay because she can do this. She can do the stuff. So yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, it was a really cool trip. Except for on the way home, because we drove, and on the way home, there was a...
Did you guys shower at his place before y'all left at least?
Yes.
Oh, nothing worse than driving home next to someone who's smelly.
Yes.
That's why you didn't take Reb.
We were going through Waco, Texas, and there was... And we're like maybe 30 cars back from a 4-tractor trailer accident on the highway. We were stuck on the highway for 3.5 hours just sitting there. Yeah. So what was supposed to be a 13-hour drive ended up being like a 21-hour drive.
3-hour tour.
Yeah. Oh my God.
3 hours of just talking to you.
Well, it was at 1 in the morning.
Sorry.
No, you pull your headphones at that point. Headphones come out.
Terrible.
It was 1 in the morning. So after the first hour, it was like we're all just
napping.
sleeping. We're all just sleeping. And thank God, because then by the time we got to
talk to you.
By the time we got to like San Antonio, I was hallucinating, and because I drove all the way up there and I drove most of the way back, I was hallucinating and like
you were totally safe. You were totally safe.
Atascosa River, is that a thing? Is that how you say that?
That might be a thing.
There's Atascosa County.
Like my brain was just like saying that word over and over after we crossed over that river, and like I was freaking the fuck out. So thank God I got some sleep, but we were just in a car, no RV this time, because that was a total fucking disaster the first time.
It was a disaster, but it was kind of fun at the same time. Like, it was one of those deals where like it was miserable at the time, but you look back on it, and it's like it was a fun experience overall, like a fun kind of...
I will say, like, what I liked most about it is that, like, I worried not at all about anything. I was, like, lying on a couch the whole time, and, like, I never drove. Like, when the tires blew out, I went outside once. Like, you...
Well, you had no responsibility that
Right, exactly. So it was great. Yeah. Heather says because I'm a control freak and wouldn't let her drive. That is not true.
I feel like it is true. I feel like that's 100% true because she helped me when we moved to Texas, and she drove the vast majority of the time. So it's not like she's not down to drive. Just saying.
Yeah, the RV experience will always just be like a fun, like it was a bad experience overall, but a fun story, I think, overall.
Yeah.
Experience. Just like I did that and it happened.
Yep. Okay, so there's that. Sex robots.
I'm listening.
Sorry. You can see the chat room, so you can know what's going on. Okay.
Behind the bar?
Sex robots.
Sex robots.
Sorry.
Which do they take kindness
Ferris's
coins?
favorite thing.
Do sex robots take kindness?
No,
coins?
they take real
that
coins.
sounds like a thing that you could make happen.
You could program that.
They take real coins because
right, there's battery they're coin operated.
It will be
tokens.
A privatized industry.
Okay, so the reason we're talking about sex robots again is that there is a robotics expert who I think in Ohio, who came out and had this to say about sex robots. Quote, robotic sex may become addictive. Sex bots would always be available and could never say no, so addictions would be easy to feed.
Unless you program the robot to say no.
Well, and okay, so this is the argument that I keep having with people. No, wait.
I think she's to my comment. I think that's what she's.
Sorry. I had to plug in my iPad. It was dying.
You could just say it.
Ince Mike is complaining about Jay leaving the show. I'm hoping we're going to get Jay on the show in a couple of weeks for our 3rd-year anniversary show. So stay tuned for that, Jay Galos.
Oh, that's right. Are we going to get Susan back too? I know she
I
wanted
hope
to
so.
come back
I'm
in
going to try and
October
get
or something.
Sarah on. Susan's going to be on live at some point.
Oh, I thought she was saying she was going to be in town in October or something.
Yeah. She's going to be on live. But now,
apparently there is now talk of me flying out at some point.
woo!
What?
Shut up, Brad.
And
What? That's positive. I
okay,
think that's
back
great.
to sex. Can we talk about sex robots, please?
Anyhow, you could program
Please.
your sex robot to say no.
So I've had this long-running conversation with a couple of people, and one of them was saying, that like the thrill of the chase and the fact that people will say no, and that there's a challenge, and that you have to negotiate stuff.
The less challenge, the better.
Just like, just say yes. Like, will you do this, sex robot? Yes. Good.
I want a menu list to pick from. I want that, and then just.
Oh my God, Brad wants all the vagina fixes.
So, Jesus Christ.
Reb, you can't order vaginas like steaks, okay? It's not
I don't know, I'm hoping it's like.
Actually, you can. Like, you can even do it on the internet.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm hoping it's like Pizza Hut. You just order. I want a blonde D cup. Send it to my house. I'll send it back on Monday.
Netflix for sex robots.
But no, I mean, like, if your deal was, seducing someone or whatever, you could program a sex robot to do that. You could program, like, there could be like different difficulty levels.
I mean, the first computer games were
Seriously?
MUDs that were all text-based adventures. If you want to get super nerdy, I mean, that seems like one of the first things they'd program into a sex robot AI.
But
Okay.
seriously, as AI becomes a thing, as we have lab-grown vaginas and lab-grown penises, and
Those are a thing now.
you have, sex robots that are indistinguishable from people, and they can be programmed to be your perfect mate. Why would you settle for
Anything less?
like,
Why would you settle for a real person who might disagree with you on things?
right?
Who's going to have opinions and
Or
talk back to you?
Opinions you don't want them to have. Like, like the sex robot, if they disagree with you, they'll only disagree with you if you want them to.
Or once.
Like the sex robot thing is disappointing. Like I feel like it's a disappointed in humanity for this being a thing, and even more disappointed that having more of them would probably fix a lot of things.
Well, why is it a disappointment? I don't see anything disappointing about sex robots. I think
I don't either.
Does
So
anybody
I
else
do.
feel like sex robots are mainly geared for men?
Oh yeah, that's one of the
No.
complaints I have about them right now. Is
no,
the functioning quote unquote sex robots are
not
generally
talk-
all females right now.
right, but
My
we're-
complaint would be that
Yeah.
we're talking about AI. The
Yes.
point AI is going to get to, and then at some point it's not going to be okay.
Oh, these will just be like.
Right.
then it's just then your sex robots are just
At
gonna
some
bend you
point
over and peg you. Like, I don't care what you want, motherfucker. You human filth. You human filth.
I figure like the first sex robots, they're just gonna be like a really lifelike BioWare game where you're just gonna have like 3 response options and then it'll respond to those.
I don't know. Okay, so
If they're not like Jude Law in that movie, then I don't care.
I used to actually
What's that?
true
Leslie,
story.
help me. What's that movie?
I can't remember, but I
with
saw that
Billy
movie.
Joel Osment?
I
Is it called AI?
Johnny
Yes.
5.
yes, AI. But like
No.
I walked out
No,
of
Reb.
I walked out of that movie, and me and my friends made up
No.
on the spot a song called Jude Law Sex Robot, and you sing it to the tune of Hey Jude.
Yay!
Are you gonna sing that now?
Hey Jude, sex law robot. Oh wait, Jude law sex robot. That's how you sing that. Yes.
Oh my God.
Is that all the song is just that one?
No. There's a whole song for it. I'm not gonna sing the whole thing. It's like it's gonna be horrible. But Heather in the chat room asks, "What about the emotional connection unimportant?" I think if we're talking about true AI, you can have that too.
No, I just want like a BioWare RPG. That's all.
No, I don't want
like,
that.
It's not.
But
There's
so-
something.
If you created,
Well, but what's the negative part? So, because I don't see very many negatives. Like, there's a negative
Well, she was
connotations
trying
for
to tell you, Reb. Shut up.
well, Christian keeps interrupting with the stupid Jude Law song.
oh, what like
Well,
at
I
some
didn't make up the song. That was Ferris.
at some point AI is gonna be to where we don't know
Right.
it. You know how if they're self-aware. You know
When they can pass the Turing test,
right. I see that
So-
as a problem because I don't
So
know.
when
It's
it's
just
like
gonna
Blade
be
Runner.
yeah.
more things to
Okay.
abuse.
When AI can pass the Turing test and you can't tell the difference between an AI or a real person,
I don't even know how reliable the Turing test is at actually gauging artificial intelligence.
It's
And this is the best we have right now.
I
but
know.
don't know.
I mean, you. There's no other way of determining self-awareness of sentience. Like if you can't tell the difference between a person and an AI, then I feel like you have to assume that entity is self-aware. It
Yes.
may not be, but I think
Maybe.
you have to.
my
you know-
problem isn't so much with them now. It's like I'm looking towards the future of it.
Gonna be in the future.
But so the first ones are just going to be like really highly specialized muds. I mean, there's not going to
Yeah.
be, I think, much to them as far as
But they're not going to stay like that.
intelligence goes. Well, I mean, eventually then it'll get upgraded to like
Right,
a
they're
BioWare
gonna-
game, and then maybe eventually it'll become like chatbot or something.
But we're talking like way in the future where AI is a thing and you can have
How way in the future do you think that
Probably.
is?
like
Past
I
our lifetime.
like- huh? When, Kristen?
That probably past our lifetime.
I don't think so. I think
No.
we'll all be very old, but I don't think that it'll be outside of our lifetimes. I really don't.
Sam Harris is putting out a book on AI.
Sam Harris's? Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Is he?
Like pretty much all the major scientists think AI is going to be the end of civilization, and I'm okay with that. I think that if we developed AI that just kind of like
Well, Homo
destroyed-
sapiens were the end of Cro-Magnums or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's
fuck it.
only fair.
yeah.
I just hope there's a lot of pegging before we. Let's end the show on pegging. Can we end the show on pegging?
Whatever.
Thank you so much for joining us, Kristen. I'm glad we fixed the audio thing.
Thanks for having me.
So Any Steve in a Storm is her podcast. If you're
Right.
interested in plastic dicks and hot dogs, it's mostly phallic symbols is what they talk about, mainly.
Just
Like-
a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, that's what we're into.
yeah,
Yeah.
two dicks and Kristen, and then they talk about plastic dicks and Lincoln
It's two
Logs.
dicks.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Goodbye. Can you make that stop?
Yeah.